So we asked contributors on the UserTesting network who work across a range of industries from education to accounting to even engineering about the importance of onboarding. And what I found fascinating about this segment is that they actually knew what the word onboarding meant, which could be, I just think it's a really interesting, pivot. I don't know, pivot, or I guess the common person understanding what onboarding is seems sort of like we're making some progress in this in this sort of effort to bring people along with learning how to use new software and creating ways to engage them regularly. So let's listen to what they said.
If you have a bad experience with an onboarding, a tool, then, you're going to have people not use it. If it's not easy, understandable, then they're not going to use it. So it's not going to help you achieve your goal.
Because even now, I've been working with the platform for almost 2 months. Even now, I'm still finding out that I don't know how to do everything. And I have to go and do a lot of research to figure out what I need to do next.
I don't really want to go to a knowledge base, like a bunch of articles. I feel that's a bit lazy. Even videos are lazy. Like, I feel like software should be more interactive when you're being onboarded, giving you tips, especially if it's your first time. Or I enjoy apps that when it's been a long time since you've been back, they give you reminders again. That's definitely handy because you forget all the shortcuts and things like that.
They don't want to go looking. They want to do as little as possible to get their thought, to get their process done. So if you make it as seamless as possible, then you'll have more people using.
Sometimes you're on a trial, and if you don't even have a good experience in the trial, you won't even sign up for the first contract.
I feel like a bad experience with something is long lasting, and that would create a negative opinion of the company and the person, which once you have that negative opinion, it usually becomes widespread and people begin sharing it. So it is important to have that initial positive experience.
So it looks like they agreed with you, Pulkit, around some of your points around the importance of making it easy for people to quickly understand how to use the product. I also loved the comment around the notion that all of this information lives in a knowledge base somewhere, but they don't want to go back and forth between the product and the knowledge base, which I can wholeheartedly agree with. Or at least, I've felt that before as well. So any other thoughts about the clip that you noticed as we watched?
Yeah, these are my people. I get it. Like, I also don't like to have to read documentation. It's one of the reasons we started Chameleon. But, I think there's a couple of interesting things that I picked up there is, people are interested in learning about software, in learning about features and figuring out how they solve your needs. But there is an activation energy. There's a hump to go and read documentation. So sometimes all you need is a little nudge or a prompt at the right time to be the gateway into learning more. And the learning more can be reading a document or watching a video. We're not discrediting or removing those channels, but it's just about how can we deliver that at the right time in the product to help people access it. So that I thought is an interesting thing that companies should think about. And another thing that it's almost like someone gave a cheat sheet here. But one of that you ask your users, they tell you where they struggle, right? So one of the things was around re-onboarding. It's you don't use a product for a long time, you come back to it, you're essentially a new user, but with some stale context, and so you need onboarding again. Now, in a traditional sense, no, you're not new to the product. You've used it before, but in a real sense, in a user experience sense, you do need some re-onboarding. So I think that was some good insights in that video, and hopefully everyone's asking their users about onboarding and learning more and applying those insights.